In the beginning, there was man. And then man created the PlayStation Network. The PlayStation Network allowed users to purchase and play content, connect with their friends, and watch movies in Blu-ray. And for a time, all was well and profitable. But in the summer of 2011... Sorry. In 2011, the PlayStation Network was breached, resulting in the compromise of sensitive information from 77 million users. Sony confirmed that the attack was malicious and information, including users' credit cards and passwords, have been compromised. Hehe. Breach affected users worldwide and resulted in Sony suspending the PlayStation Network from April 20th to May 14th. If you experienced this outage in 2011, your information may have been compromised. It could have been you. It was discovered that the user's password that Sony had stored were left unencrypted. This gave the attackers access to their credit card information and other personal content. Further though, the breach was discovered April 19th. It took until May 2nd to alert users that their personal information had been compromised. This led many to question what Sony values more, their profits or the security of their users. By analyzing the situation by using the PEO's Code of Ethics and definition of professional misconduct, we arrived at this set of ethical offenses that the engineers of Sony committed. Most critical of which, negligence and a complete lack of care for their own users' security. The two issues that we've pulled from the situation are Sony's encryption standards for sensitive user information and Sony's withholding of information regarding the breach. Analyzing these two ethical problems, we generated several alternative courses of action that Sony could have taken when facing these scenarios. Before the breach, Sony had encrypted the payment and credit card numbers of its users in compliance with PCI standards. However, they did not encrypt their users' password information, which led to the incident. Alternatively, they could have left both credit card information and personal passwords unencrypted. Or they could have gone beyond the call of duty and heavily encrypted both security holes. The actions that Sony has taken in protecting the credit card information, but not passwords, complies with legal standards, but is negligent in ensuring general provisions and well-being of the general population. As any computer engineer should know, encryption of the client's confidential information should be a top priority. Clearly, this option is also negligent in protecting the user's security, but now they also fail all standards set forth by PCI. This option satisfies the standards set forth by PCI, but also puts up reasonable provisions to protect a client's confidential information. After the breach, it took Sony 13 days to alert its users that the breach had occurred, leaving their sensitive information, including the credit card information, vulnerable to the attackers. Alternative courses of action for Sony could have been to never inform the network users of the attack, or to have alerted them as soon as the attack was discovered. This course of action mainly contradicts Section 72.2a by neglecting to inform users of the specific reason this PlayStation Network was shut down, and this action also affected 72.2c by refusing to immediately inform users once the reason was found. This option is trivially terrible. It blatantly contradicts nearly all of 72.2 and 77, most significantly 72.2g and 72.2i. In terms of dealing with engineering failure, this is the best course of action. This complements several standards of PEO, including the ones violated by Option 1. Now, we already know what Sony's done, so what they should have done in regards to keeping with tort law is have a disclaimer when the user signs in to let them know that the passwords are not properly encrypted. This option will obviously severely cut down the amount of users that sign up, but this is the only option that follows tort's law, given Sony continued on the path they took. The reason Sony would have to include this disclaimer is because once a user enters their confidential information to purchase products from Sony, they enter a contract that binds Sony with a duty of care with their client. This duty of care includes the proper protection of all confidential information from the user. The user should not have to worry this side of password security. In the end, the result of Sony's vulnerability compromised millions of users' information. This information was leaked online and anyone could have accessed it. Should Sony have taken into account the suggestions stated before, they would have followed proper EGAD, aligned themselves with tort law, and avoided the entire catastrophe that occurred.